All right, it is the last day of vacation week here. I know, on the Morning Blend. I think we should continue it for a month.
I loved it.
Works for me.
Yeah, brought to you by Travel Leaders. And today it is the one vacation everybody needs to experience at least once in their lifetime. Of course, we're talking about a trip to Walt Disney World, and it is not just for kids.
No, it's not. If you've been there before, you know how magical it is. And they always seem to be adding new and amazing attractions that everybody wants to go for. Lynn Clark from Travel Leaders is here, and she's got all the details. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So you say, too, it's not just for kids.
Absolutely not. Actually, our Disney rep was in the office yesterday, and he said that it's 50-50 people going with kids and adults only going.
That's interesting.
That's fascinating. I have to tell you, when I looked at this setup here for you, I thought, oh, it must be a Ryan J segment. We're going to be talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, right?
And then, no, we're talking about Walt Disney World. But I think you make such a great point that it's very generational. I think grandparents love to go back and see their grandkids experience the magic of Disney all over again.
Absolutely. That's one of the biggest segments, is that multi-gen, you know, the grandparents, and then also what they call skip gen, where the grandparents just take the grandkids.
Oh, cute.
So, yes.
Even better.
Yeah.
Let the grandparents wait in line and all that.
Yes.
What's new at Disney right now?
So the biggest thing by far is Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney Studios.
Wow.
So this is literally, if you are a Star Wars fan, it is like being immersed in the planet of Batuu. So you can see here, this is actually the inside of a Millennium Falcon. It's a ride called Smuggler's Run.
Cool.
You can either be a pilot, you can be an engineer, or you can be a passenger, and it's just an amazing attraction. I'm told, I have one of my agents, JJ, was just there 2 weeks ago. She said that when you walk through the tunnel into this land, you just feel completely immersed. You know, there's Star Troopers marching by, and you see Chewbacca, and it just really, really makes you feel like you're there.
No wonder adults love that too.
Right, especially with, you know, these movies that have been going on since the 70s and keep coming out, and they keep adding to the storyline and characters, and
iconic.
Oh, absolutely.
I want there to be a baby Yoda. They probably sell baby Yodas.
I'm pretty sure they're going to add on some Mandalorian aspects to this Galaxy's Edge. The other thing that is at Galaxy's Edge, so there's Smuggler's Run, and that is a ride that you can get a fast pass for.
Okay.
But the real kind of iconic experience is called Rise of the Resistance. And this is like nothing they've ever done before. It's a mixture of riding on a cart through a ride. There's other times where you're marching through an area and stormtroopers are coming at you. You're part of the whole plot about rising up against, you know, being part of the resistance. So that, though, currently is not a fast pass. That you literally have to get to the park at about 6 in the morning to get your boarding pass.
My gosh.
Wow.
So they do about 1,000 people an hour through that. So if you figure that's about what, maybe 12,000 people a day, and there's probably 50 to 75,000 people in the park. So not everybody gets to experience it, but those are the types of tips we can help you out with.
Yeah,
that's
getting there
cool.
early. I think that's a huge question that people have too, is when is the best time to go? Because sometimes people will plan way ahead to not only just be able to afford it, but to make sure that it works for the family and school schedules or summer or whatever.
Right.
So in terms of the best time to go, that's something that I bet you talk a lot about with people.
Yes, we do, especially when it comes to the ages of the kids. And we get that question a lot, like, well, what is the magic age? And honestly, any age is the magic age. I took my daughter there at 9 months, 18 months, 5 years old, and yes, maybe she doesn't remember the 9 months and the 18 months, but we have the pictures and we have the stories. You know, it wasn't just necessarily for her, but for us, making those memories and having those pictures. So we really recommend, you know, what a lot of people don't know is kids under 3 are free.
Oh, wow.
And that is a huge savings. Once they hit 3 years old, you're paying for park tickets, you're paying for dining, etc. And what's great about having preschoolers is you're not beholden to a school schedule.
Right.
So you can go at those shoulder times. So to your question, you know, you can go in the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. You can go in January. You know, you can go in the times when people who have kids in school can't go.
Absolutely.
Do you ever get free, like, different kinds of promotions being a travel agent? Do you have like promotions and specials that you can privately get people?
Yes, so we always get advance notice, and right now the most popular promotion that they run always has to do with dining.
Yeah.
So if you stay on
the food
property,
is expensive.
It is.
Yes, and so then they have these dining plans. So the promotion that they have running right now is that 3 to 9 year old range for kids.
Yeah.
That is free dining plan.
Oh,
See, that's
nice.
huge.
Yes.
Kids 3 to 9. Now you need to book then before February 26th, so you still have a couple of weeks before that hits. It's valid most nights from May 25th. If you're traveling between May 25th and the end of summer, August 28th is when this free dining plan. I mean, and I would think that's a huge savings for families.
And that really is peak time for families, again, for kids in that range, because they are in school at that point, at that age range, of course.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Something that's unique about you guys is you're authorized to do Disney travel as an agency.
Yes, correct. So we are an authorized Disney vacation planner. That's the name of the program. And basically, to become that, all of our agents have to be certified. They have to visit there, on a somewhat regular basis on educational trips. This is literally like 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Hanging out with Goofy is educational.
Yes. Oh, yeah. This is a great
Minnie.
photo of Angela on one of our advisors with her young kids. So you can see they're 3 and a little over 1. But just, again, some great memories. And she had done multi-gen, with the grandparents both sides. So, but back to our authorized status. Actually, just got this award yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes. Isn't this awesome? I mean, it's really like an
cool.
Oscar. It's got those Swarovski crystals and everything.
It's
so.
a mousker.
Oh, I like that.
There
yes.
you go.
Yeah. So we're pretty excited.
That is really neat. And what did you win this? What's the reason?
So this has to do with, again, just our advisors and their certification, their commitment to education going down there, and then also our sales. So, it's a recognition of the fact that if you sell a lot of it, then you obviously know what you're doing and you can really help and advise your clients.
That is so cool.
So cool.
Forbes magazine did an interesting article about why hire a travel advisor, especially because so many people can go online these days. And you shared it with us. And some of the things they list are things like, the experience that you have, the fact that your agents have been there. It's the extras that you can do.
Yeah, those VIP connections.
The VIP connections, all of those things.
Emergencies.
Yes.
Emergencies when things come up.
Yes, I have an example of that. I mentioned earlier in the week that we recently planned a New Zealand and Australia 41-day trip.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they had a medical emergency about a week into it and had to come home.
Oh.
But it happens.
But it happens. And so our travel advisor was literally working through the weekend, helping them get their flights, helping them get, back to Sydney so they could get back home. And, we were all feeling really bad for them because this was a once in a lifetime trip, but they were so grateful. They were so appreciative. They sent her a plant this week for all of the help. So, I don't like to use scare tactics on people, but stuff does happen on vacation.
Certainly.
And if you have us in your corner, we're going to help you get through it.
It's true.
I love that.
I know you can help with air just in general, even prior, and help with that, and just better trips overall because you guys know.
Right. I have a great example on the air. So we are working with someone on an Ireland trip and they wanted to fly business class and they said, oh, we're huge American Airlines fans. Okay, great. So we went out and researched the fares. Well, in our system that we were using, we found the same exact flight operated by American Airlines, but sold through a different carrier for half the price.
Wow.
They got a business class seats for 2 people one way for $3,500.
That's
incredible.
amazing.
And then, of course, I mean, we look like rock stars because
Yeah.
we are.
Yes, you are. And the award proves it with the Mickey Mouse ears. I love that. Congratulations to you on this. This has been a fabulous week.
Fun.
You've talked
so
about so
fun.
many different things.
Yeah.
Disney, we've talked about river cruising in
I
Europe.
wanna do river cruising.
I mean, a lot of really fun stuff. So thank you so much for bringing it to us. I want to make sure
My
that
pleasure.
that people know again about that free dining plan for kids. This is ages 3 through 9 because 3 and under is free. You can book by February 26th, so that's coming up, a couple weeks left. Valid most nights if you travel May 25th through August 28th. There are some restrictions, so make sure you ask about that when you call Travel Leaders, 262-646-8878. Start planning and dreaming. They've got offices in Delafield, Menominee Falls, Economowoc, as well as Sun Prairie. You can go to tljourneys.com to get that great help that we talked about and those VIP connections.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank
It was
you.
fun.